Hey everybody, it's Rob from Arachnobros UT. Have you ever thought to yourself that it would be awesome to grow up with a pet and have all these life experiences with it? Well, so did I, and I still do to a large degree, but I just wanted to let a lot of people know about something that I don't think gets talked about a lot as far as keeping arachnids go in this hobby. So my wife and I recently had a baby. I'll put a clip here. But human life and a large amount of pet life, especially mammals, is something that we value a lot. And we value it a lot because it's really important and it's really valuable, but also because of evolution. Evolutionarily, humans are only likely to give birth to one child at a time. There are the cases of twins and triplets and quadruplets and all of that kind of stuff, but more often than not, a person gives birth to one baby at a time. Now, a lot of you probably know that with arachnids, that's not the case. Arachnids can give birth from one to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of spiderlings, scorpionlings, or any sort of lings. But the difference is the mortality rate. There's a reason that the world isn't swarming with spiders. I mean, a lot of arachnophobes might think it is, but if you think about it, if every time a female spider laid an egg sac, it gave birth to hundreds and hundreds of spiderlings that eventually became adults, there would be more spiders than we could do anything with. So this is a video here of the last surviving spiderling of some Phidippus audax that I bred. What happened is within the move and everything, and because it was the first time I've ever bred spiders, a lot of the spiderlings died. And I felt horrible, but this one survived. And while that's not typically the case, it is the case that a large number of spiderlings are going to die. So, what that means is if you want to grow with a spider, and so you're like, okay, I'll grab a small one, which is what I almost always do, and it's going to be a terrifying gamble. And what I mean by that is, well, sources are really varied because it depends on the species, it depends on all of these sorts of things with the spider. Likelihood is that your tarantula or your scorpion could be one of the runts of the litter. So, runts of the litter, what is that? It's a term you probably have heard in movies like, I think in Charlotte's Web they talk about the runt of the litter as far as pigs go, and it happens with dogs and with a lot of farm animals. It just means that when you have a group of infant animals, likelihood is that there's going to be at least one of them that is smaller and weaker than the others and is potentially going to die if it doesn't receive special medical care, or sometimes it's just going to die even with special medical care. Now, with tarantulas and scorpions, this is even higher. Sources are varied and it's really hard to know because each species is different. Each species has a different egg count in general, and so it would be impossible to put a general overarching claim on how many spiderlings grow up to be adults and how many die younger. But one estimate was that within species of wolf spiders, sometimes 1 out of every 100 wolf spiderlings will ever become an adult. So you have, with those odds, you have a 99% chance that your spiderling might die. And that sucks. Now, the reason I wanted to bring this up is with the bigger tarantula creators, and believe me, I know that they're better than me, and that's why they're bigger. Trust me, lots of you have told me. But the reason that I wanted to bring this up is that they often talk about only buying females. And the reason for that is that once a tarantula reaches a certain stage in its life cycle, it is much more likely to survive. And so it's less of a gamble. If you buy a spiderling, you have the chance to have like what happened to me. Here's a clip here of me handling Pelma, my oldest tarantula. I got Pelma as a sling, and Pelma just hooked out to be an adult male. A lot of people get disappointed when a tarantula ends up being male because it means it's going to spend less time with them. But I think it's so cool that I got to be part of the majority of that tarantula's life. And now I'm going to be able to look for a breeding deal to get into so that I can make sure that Pelma, like, after hooking out, gets to have little Pelma babies, and the process will start over. But I started an experiment a long time ago. You guys might know it, but it's still in the process of being written up. But we started out with 13 P. murinus slings. And because of just natural causes and just random things that I had no control over, because they were all kept in the same exact conditions, 7 of them died. No. 6 of them died. So that's better. But 6 of them died. This video in no way is meant to discourage people from buying baby tarantulas. It's just to kind of let people know why you see a lot of big tarantula creators only buying mature females. And it's because of that. It's because spiderlings are not as likely to live as human babies are. With medicine and all that kind of stuff, the human mortality rate has gone down a lot. It's still uncomfortably high for a lot of people, but compared to the likelihood of your baby spider dying, the likelihood of a baby human or a baby mammal in general is going to be a lot lower. So before you go out there and you get one of your fuzzy little puppies, your 8-legged puppies or your 8-legged kittens, just be aware that if they're small, you might have a shorter time with them. And this is kind of a sad video, but it's something that I've been thinking about a lot. After recently buying that piece of Fusca species lowland, I've been really scared that it would die because it's a sling and it was very expensive. It's the most expensive sling I've ever bought. And recently, dark dense T. celadonia sling died. And it's not on fault of the pet owner the vast majority of the time. A lot of the time it's just that some of them are only meant to be here for a short while. So, like and subscribe if you're new. I'm not going to promise more 8-legged cuteness weekly because I've been really bad about that. Being a dad is nuts. But I love you guys. Thanks for watching. And have a great day.